is Gina coming to you from Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. I am finally live. I had a little technical difficulties this morning. Christine was luckily able to walk me through it and we got it figured out. So I'm back. When you guys pop back on, I know some of you were on already. Pop back on, say hello, tell me where you're coming from. I saw before that Mary Lemke, you're going to catch me live later or watch the replay later. And Canada was popping in. So like I said, welcome this morning. I am Gina from Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And today is the October scrapbook class. So welcome, welcome, welcome. While everyone's popping on and saying hello and where you're from, I just have a few announcements before we get started. One, don't forget to take advantage of, if you're a demonstrator, take advantage of pre-ordering the new products that just became available for the online exclusives. So those are available for demonstrators right now to pre-order. Customers, it will be available to you come November. And then don't forget about our starter kit special. It is an amazing special. You can order, you can become a demonstrator, a hobby demo, a demonstrator, whatever you want your business to be, a discount shopper. And you'll earn a discount on all your products by becoming a demonstrator, and you can do that by ordering $155 worth of product for only $99. So it is an amazing deal, and I'd love for you to join my team and the Be Happy Stampers team. I'm having a really hard time talking this morning. I think that video thing kind of fumbled me up. So welcome Mary from Kansas, Leanne, Janelle, Brenda Lovelace, Crazy Cat Lady, hello everybody. Oh, it's Cheryl. So welcome ladies, and I am so glad to have you here. So before we get started, a few things coming up yet this month. Sunday I will be live again, but we are going to be working with the Halloween kit, and I will be doing all alternatives with it. So we're going to do 6 pages, and then we're going to have a bunch of cards. Now I don't have everything complete yet. Life has been a little bit busy, but here is one of the alternatives that we will be doing with the scrapbook kit. And like I said, we've got 4 more layouts on top of this, and then we're going to have cards. Let me double check. As far as price goes, we're doing this one a little bit different. These kits I'm doing once a month. So this kit, if you purchase it alone, it's $28. To get this class, eventually what this class is going to be, it's going to be a private class. So for only those of you who either place a certain order, or if you have this already and you want to place a certain order. So this class is $28, and usually I double the price then that you need to place an online order with me. So you can either order the kit, and along with the kit, when you place the order with me using my host code, there'll be extras in it. You're going to get ribbon, you're going to get gems, you're going to get extra cardstock, things like that, die cuts, all of that will be an addition to you placing that order with me. Each kit, so next month is going to be the Reindeer Fun scrapbook kit, and December is going to be the Snowy Fun kit. So each kit's going to be different because each of their price points is different. So check back with questions about that. Christine and I were kind of working out the pricing for this and how to do it. And like I said, we're going to start off, I'm kind of going to show you what we're going to be doing with these kits, but then I believe in December is when I will start. It'll be a private group, so you will have to do an order through me using my current host code in order to be a part of this group. Does that make sense to everyone? I know that kind of seems like a lot, and I don't have everything quite figured out yet. It's like I said, things have been a lot at home. So welcome Deanne, Janelle, you got your package. Yay, I'm so excited. And Karen, wet sign. So this is just a sample of what you will see in Sunday's class, okay? And then Monday I'll be back again with the morning create class. And then come November, we have coming up, we're going to be doing gift cards for the November technique. We will be doing I'd like to get a card buffet in there again. Christine and I have to go over some dates again, and all of my classes I kind of did push up, so they won't be at the end of the month. They're going to be more in the middle of the month, just because of Thanksgiving. So some things were moved up for that. Our scrapbook class for November. Oh, I forgot to switch the camera around as I was talking here, guys. Sorry about that. November, we'll be using the Peaceful Evergreens. Kit is $24 plus $6 for shipping. And as always, if you order multiple kits, we'll do some discounted shipping with that. So this will be November's kit class already. So how exciting. I have that one done already. And let's see, what else do I have coming up? And then, like I said, the scrapbook kit class for next month will be the reindeer one, and then December will be the snowy fun. So we kind of have all that to kind of look forward to. And like I said, I'm going to try to sneak in a card buffet. I don't know when, but somewhere next month, for all of you. So let's get started with this morning's scrapbook page. I thought we did, what did we do last month? I can't even think right now. Anyways, I'm still in fall mode. I wanted fall yet, so I went with More Than Autumn to help inspire this page. Now, oh gosh, I forgot. Good morning, Linda. Welcome. Let's see, I took pictures here so I can tell you guys what size photos these are. So these here, these two photo spots, Stampin' Up! Provided us with these really nice photo mats. I don't know if you guys can see that. You can see this on my Facebook page. So this is going to be for a 3x4 photo and a 3x3 photo. And then you're going to have 3 4x6 photos go here, okay? So, and all 3 of them will connect. So that'll cover up this entire space right here. So the More Than Autumn stamp set and dies, for those of you who don't know, here's the stamp set. Comes with all of these fabulous fall words. Plus we got some peppermint and eggnog, and you know, you got donuts and pie and coffee and all the dies that come with it. And then I brought in some fall leaves from the Autumn Leaves dies to help get this page going. So that is what we have kind of coming for you today. I thought it would be fun. I really wanted something big on this page, but I didn't know what I had wanted. So I thought, well, I can use strips and create a pumpkin. So that's what we're going to do today. And we are using, so for this kit, you will need to have your own very vanilla 12 by 12 piece of cardstock. And then I will have all of these strips all cut out for you. So we're using various DSPs. We're using the Autumn DSP that came out with the scrapbook kit. We're using pumpkin pie cardstock. We're using the two-tone, so you have 2 sides you can choose to use. To the Market DSP, and we're using the two-tone pretty, not pretty in pink, petal pink, in here. So we have multiple different DSP packs that we brought together to create this layout. The Halloween DSP. Okay, we'll save those for our next page. All right, so we're gonna lay our strips out the way that we want them. Got lots of little strips for you guys. Lots of little pieces too. Okay, so now I'm just gonna lay these out the way that I want them. So I believe this is, so all these strips are 3/4 of an inch and they vary in size. So we have, each strip kind of goes 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And once I get to 10, I do 3 of them at 10 inches, okay? And then we go backwards again and go 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. So that is how I came up with my pumpkin strip here. Now you could put these in any order that you would like. This is what worked for me and what I kind of went with, so. And you could put these more haphazard if you want. You don't have to line them up straight. And I'm going to put them, when I glue them down, I'm actually going to glue them down kind of crooked actually. So I've got these 3 longer pieces here. And now we're going to start working smaller. This one must go like this and like this. So that's how we kind of create our pumpkin. So now I'm just going to pick a point on here. I do want to leave a little space down here. That's just the way, and I'm going to work my way up now, adding my strips. Good morning, Sandy. And like I said, I am not looking for these to be perfectly straight. I'm okay with things going a little bit more on the crooked side. So I feel like I haven't stamped with all of you in a while. What's everyone been up to? Anyone doing some fun fall things, going to apple orchards or pumpkin picking? We did that this past weekend. We grew some pumpkins and the kids picked the pumpkins last weekend. So I think this weekend we'll spend some time and they'll get their get to be creative and artsy this weekend by painting them or carving them. What does everyone like to do with their pumpkins? Do any of you make pumpkin seeds with them? What does everyone do? Do we carve, paint? I like to paint my pumpkins. I'm not a fan of digging in to the pumpkins. I usually leave that for my husband. But I did see a really cool, I guess I've never thought of this. Thank goodness for like the things we find on Pinterest or Facebook, where they use a mixer to get, you know, all the seeds and whatnot out. So I think we might try that this year and see how that works. We had a beautiful drive last weekend. We went to a craft show and got to drive through the Kettle Moraine, and the colors were just absolutely stunning last weekend. I noticed my 2 maples this morning. The wind must have came through and really pulled the leaves off of the trees this morning. So looks like I'm going to be doing some raking this weekend also. Or using a leaf blower, a little bit of both maybe. Okay, so now we have most of our strips on. Now there's a few pieces in here for the trunk of our pumpkin. And I didn't know quite how I wanted to do this, but in keeping with the theme, I just did the strips again, and I'm missing a strip right now. So in here, I used 4 different strips. You're gonna see espresso. There's a wood DSP from the market, espresso, and then this grid from the autumn. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to adhere this by tucking it under. And I brought my pumpkin up obviously a little bit higher than the last one, so I'm actually going to trim some of this off to make it just fit the page a little bit better. And since I'm missing my strip, we're just going to go with 2 strips here, I think. And we'll go like this, and that'll be our cute little pumpkin top. So is everyone still feeling like they're in fall mode, or are we moving on to the holidays? What's everyone kind of... I know we have Fleet Farm here, and Fleet Farm is, I would say, your I always call it my husband's man store. You can get everything there, and they had their grand opening of Toyland. So that's kind of always a signal of, you know, Christmas shopping, or it was when my kids were little. Now that they're older, not so much. So I guess they don't need the toys anymore. Even though sometimes they're like, Mom, I want this. I'm like, really? How old are you? So in your kits for this class, you will have just a piece of vanilla. You'll get a vanilla square, so like, you know, an inside piece. I think I measured it's going to be 5 1/4 by 4 1/4. And you're going to be able to stamp and die cut your own cups, okay? And your pumpkins and your apples. If you do not have this set, that is okay. You can always just use the flowers and the leaves from this kit and create a nice layout too. Or if you have something else at home that you would like to add to it, you can always do that. You can always substitute with something. It doesn't always have to be exactly what I use. And some of you have shown me what you have done, and really some of you are just so creative. It's amazing watching all the creativity from everyone sometimes, and the things people add or come up with is great. So I've got all my pieces here, and we're going to stamp them. I'm going to bring in my crumb cake for the top of my whipped cream here. And with that, I'm going to stamp off. And I find this the easy way to do small pieces like this. I just take, here is my stamp here, and I line it up, and then I just push it down. Sometimes it's hard to see these pieces, oops, through the block. So I just find that it's easier to do it this way. This is what helps me. Good morning, Teresa. How are you this morning? Okay, so now we have all of our whipped cream pieces done. Now we're gonna bring in espresso for all of our other pieces. I'm gonna stamp the same way. How many of you have this set at home? I love this set. I feel like there's so many different possibilities. And I believe the other, I don't remember what the name of the other coffee set is, but that is available also. There was coffee DSP, so that would also coordinate with this set. And along with any of the Christmas papers too, because we have peppermint, we have donuts. Bonnie, you have this set at home. So my girlfriend's watching from my house right now. She's like, I have this set at home. We have fun stamping together, that is for sure. Silly shenanigans happen. So oftentimes the husbands and the kids wonder what we're really doing in there. Karen, you think you like the other coffee stamp set? Oh, you think the other coffee stamp set is Latte Love? We had one a few years back that I really liked also. It's always a great thing to put on a card to a friend, you know, let them know you're thinking about them, or great for, you know, your teachers this time of year where you're looking to get them a little bit of a gift and could make a fun gift card out of it and put a little Starbucks or Caribou coffee thing in there. Now I'm going to bring in my blends. And the blends I am going to be using are crumb cake. Oops, I forgot to stamp on my crumb cake, pumpkin pie, cherry cobbler, mossy meadow, and that's it. So I'm gonna put a pumpkin on this one, and then I'm gonna put 2 apples on the other 2. Another thing is if you have an older set that has pumpkins or apples in it, you could definitely add that to the layout instead of the coffee cups if you don't have this at home. This is just to give you guys an idea of the things that you can do, and you guys can go from there to make it personalized and your own. You could use different colors, whatever you wanted. So I'm going to color my coffee cups in crumb cake. I'm going to take my dark and kind of just create an area where I think there would be a shadow. So I feel like there'd be a shadow on the left side of my cup. And then I'm going to bring my light color in and go over that dark and blend the 2 colors in. Okay. I don't know why I thought I could just color with 2 markers in my hands. I'm really not that talented. And you also find that I will use the brush tip more than I use the other end. I just feel like it's easier to create those brush strokes versus the other one. Now I'll use the other one on like the apple and the pumpkin, the other side, for that small detail. But overall, if I'm coloring large spaces, I really like to use my brush tip end. Now, if you don't have the alcohol markers at home, you can use the basic markers or any other marker or colored pencils. You could use any coloring tool you would like. You could also use your Wink of Stella and dip it into your ink pad and color everything that way also. So lots of different ways you can color. It's just whatever your coloring comfort is. And then I'll bring in my mossy and you could also use Old Olive or Real Red. You could make these green apples if you wanted. And same with the pumpkins. You could make them up. You could leave them white. Completely up to you how you want to make this page work for you. And Teresa, you don't have this one, but you have other sets and dies. Yes, feel free to substitute when you don't have something. So the hardest part will be done pretty soon here. Hardest part is just taking the time to sit and color all these little pieces, but beyond that, this is a fairly simple, easy layout to do. Now I just want to take and add a little highlight because I like to have color variation. So I'm going to go through, take my color lifter, and just add a lighter spot on my apples on one side. And then I always go on to scrap paper because sometimes that tip will pick up ink color. And I don't want to transfer red to my orange pumpkins. And now I'm just going in the middle of my pumpkins here and lightening them up a little bit. It's not a lot, it's just a little bit, but it adds some depth and character to your pieces. And of course, everything's better with a little bit of Stella. She is one of my best friends here. She keeps me going in my sparkle world here. And I'll go through and color all my apples first. And just make sure that none of the ink transfers. I wipe it off on the scratch paper. Okay, we're gonna bring in all of our other little pieces. We got a lot of little pieces. Yes, if I said basic white before, you're gonna get vanilla for this. When I made this original kit, I cut out everything in white and I'm like, ooh, I should have done it in vanilla. Even though it looks pretty and no one would know except me, it helps the cup stand out, but I do like the vanilla a little bit better here. So now we have all of our little pieces we're gonna pull out. And Bonnie helps me with my die cutting, so she has been my savior. So when you get your kits, know that Bonnie has spent some time and some love cutting out all of these little pieces for you guys. So of course, I'm gonna sparkle everything up. And these flowers here are from the zinnia set. So you could use any flowers if you got sunflowers or any other flower set you could use. And I love that this has words in it. I love having die cut words for my projects. Especially for scrapbook layouts. I just feel like it's a great way to just add some more texture, add words. Wink of Stella is Bonnie's favorite too. They have become close friends. Okay, so I have everything Stellaed up. Now I can put pieces together. So first I'm going to put all my coffee cups together, and all you have to do is put a little strip of glue there. And add your topping. So how many of you like to have whipped cream on top of your drinks, your hot cocoa, your coffees, cider, any of those fun drinks? I'm a hot cocoa girl. I love hot cocoa. I tend to drink tea in the morning, but as winter comes through, I like more of a hot cocoa. I do drink coffee, but it's more blonde than it is dark. There's more sweet and more caramel in it, we'll just say that. Good morning, Melanie, welcome. Okay, so we have that all done. We are going to bring in our mats. Here they are, they're hiding underneath. Oh, here's that wood piece that I was missing. I had it, I just, it got hidden with all the other things here. So we're gonna bring in our 2 pieces of mats here. So like I said, this is for a 3x4 photo, and this one is for a 3x3 photo. Good morning, Rosa. First time watching from SoCal. Well, welcome. Are you a scrapbooker? Are you a card maker? Are you someone who does it all? So after I've added dimensionals to this, and I like to add a mat to my photos. I feel like when I add a mat to my photos, it allows my picture to pop more, and that's why I often have a mat or a border or something like that with my photos. I just feel like it helps them pop a little bit more by doing that. And like always, I don't usually put things on straight. I guess I like to put them on crooked. When Christine and I would oftentimes stamp together, that's how it would be. She'd be straight on and I'd be a little offset. You do both. Awesome. Good to hear. So, you know, to each is their own what you like to do. And now I'm going to bring my title in here. I thought it worked really great because I had this light piece here and this light piece over here. So these words can pop out a little bit more on these 2 lighter pieces of DSP. Now, if you have these at home, what I would do at home is if you have the dimensional sheets, when you cut these words out, I would cut them out on dimensional sheets so that they pop up. Okay, so we have that there. Then we're going to put a flower. We're going to actually put our centers on before I lose those. And these circles are actually from, you can, if you have either one of these stamp sets, Round We Go has this small circle here that fits in there, or Beach Day. So if you have either of those dies, these are the circles from this. I believe this was the beach ball, and this is like one of the centers of the Round We Go pinwheels. So we're just gonna tuck these in here. We're gonna add dimensionals, of course, to many of these pieces. Oops. So what has everyone been scrapbooking lately? Just curious as to, are you guys scrapbooking just old stuff, or is anyone staying kind of current with the holidays and things like that? And then I thought it would be fun to put a cute little apple here and a pumpkin over here. Put a flower there. Here is our leaf to go up here, right along our stem. Ah, you have the Round We Go, Janelle. Yes, so the little circle in there is perfect for that. Bonnie says she likes to put them on crooked so it's done on purpose because she can never get it straight. That happens sometimes. There's no matter how hard you try sometimes, things just do not want to line up. And that happens, and that's okay. Oh, you haven't done any scrapbooking in a while, but need to start for my great grandson. Oh, what a wonderful keepsake that will be for him someday to have that from you. I know my kids often like to look. I don't necessarily have, I'm bad, I'm doing all this scrapbooking, but I don't have a lot of scrapbooks of my kids done. But the scrapbooks that I do have done, or when I pull out all the pictures, my kids love to sit and look through them and talk about them and, you know, remember what was happening then. Oftentimes they steal my phone and start looking through pictures and, oh, I remember this or I remember that. And that's why I fell in love with scrapbooking, because it truly does tell a story. They're not just pictures anymore. They become a story, and that is truly what I fell in love with about scrapbooking. So we got that side done right there. And then, oh, my word season, I forgot to put that on. We're gonna put that down on the bottom underneath our photo. And of course, we're gonna add another pumpkin and an apple. So really, there's nothing hard about the scrapbook page. It's just putting everything where you want it to go. And once you have everything die cut and put together, it's just a matter of laying it all out. Okay, so we'll get a pumpkin up here and an apple down here. So we pretty much have our first scrapbook page done. I'm gonna bring in my bow maker here. And I'm gonna make a double bow to go on top of our pumpkin using this vanilla and pecan pie ribbon. And I need to use my ribbon scissors because, as you see, that just did not cut very well. And this ribbon makes really nice bows. Okay, and I always like to use glue dots when adhering my bows. I feel like they do really well in keeping your bows attached. And the nice thing about having ribbon added to your layouts is it adds an element of texture. Okay, we're just going to cut our tails a little bit, even them out. And there we go. One page done. Simple and easy. Okay, and now for our next page. And bring in that other piece of vanilla. And I am going to cheat a little bit and show you how I left the space for these strips. So I'm going to find a pencil here and bring in a ruler. Hi, Polly, welcome. How are you surviving in North Carolina there, Polly? I know I'm pretty sure you're in North Carolina. Did you get affected by the hurricane at all? So, remember, these are 4x6 photos. And so what I'm gonna do on the ends here, I don't know why I turned that, is you're gonna have 3 inches on each side, right? Or no, 4 inches. Oy, oy, oy. All right, what am I doing? Here we go. Ugh, it's too early for math. Yes, 3 inches. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna mark at 3 inches here and at 9 inches here. And I'm gonna do that to the top also. Now, if you have your photos down already, you don't have to do this. But since I don't have any photos in here, I'm marking them so I know where to place my strips. And then all I have to do is put my photos in when I'm ready. So we have a piece of the two-tone Mossy Meadow, and this is from the Autumn, I forget, it's called Autumn something. Too many names, too many things to keep track of. Oh gosh, Rosa, your grandsons are into sports. Oh yes. Sports, what sports do they play? My kids have been involved in sports always and in music, so I have lots of scrapbooking to do with that. And Polly, you're good and safe there, so that is so good to hear. I know so many people were affected by that, and lots of areas were destroyed, so it's good to hear that some of you have made it through this safe and sound. Okay, so I adhered my green and my grid paper here together. Oops. I guess try to make them straight. This one's not going very straight for me today. It's a little wonky here. There we go. Janelle, you just took pumpkin patch pictures. Well, this layout will be perfect for that. So now that we have our 2 strips together, we're going to adhere them onto our paper. And you're going to look for your 2 lines that you created on the top and the bottom. And just line them up like so. Okay, so now you're gonna have 3 4x6 pictures. Now, depending which way your pictures go, you can do them vertically or horizontally and just change how you print these. You can, instead of printing them, you know, you could still print them the same way. You could do it this way, or you could place them a little more in a downwards instead of across like this. You could place them downwards along the sides here. Okay, so it depends which way. I take a lot of horizontal pictures, so a lot of my layouts go like this. I didn't realize that till going through photos one time, and I'm like, gosh, I need a vertical picture for this or that, and I realized that I really didn't have many. So I'm trying to just split this up here, you know, one on each section. A little pumpkin up here. We'll bring our apples down here. Okay. So I'm going to print my coffee cups where I want them using dimensionals, and then I will tuck everything else around it. Have the leaves all dropped for everybody in their yards, or do you still have a lot of leaves left? I'm actually surprised we have a lot. That we still have stuff on the trees, because we've been kind of in a drought. It hasn't been very rainy here, so I'm surprised the leaves have lasted. I thought they would have, one good wind would have kind of sent them away. And we're going to do the same thing on the bottom. I would say that is my biggest challenge, Janelle, is that getting those pictures printed. I have a lot of photos, especially on my phone, and I really need to print things. That oftentimes is where they stay nowadays, is that they stay on our phones and they don't get printed. And I've got 2 little apples here. Like this. So to complete our page, we need some gems, right? But before I do that, I'm gonna bring in my espresso marker, just my regular marker, not my blends. And I have 2 Post-it notes here. The Post-it notes, I'm just going to lay over the coffee cups, and we're gonna speckle. I like to speckle when there's a lot of white showing. I don't know why. I don't love necessarily a lot of white space when I do stuff. That's just my personal preference, but I love it when I see it when other people do that. So I don't know, I'm just weird. So you're gonna take your tip, your brush tip of your marker, and you're gonna take it inside your cap, and you're gonna make a mess. You're just gonna flick it. And now the reason why I covered the coffee cups is because I still want the coffee cups to look like the coffee cups. But I don't care that the flowers or the apples or any of that get a little bit of speckle on. So that's all we do. And I'm gonna bring in my other page and do the same thing to that. Oops, and then here I am. I didn't cover my coffee cup on this one. Oh, wow. Okay, so that just adds a little bit extra texture to our page. I don't know how well you guys can see that. You can see it down here a little bit, and it just adds a little bit. So that is our layout for today. Now, these kits will be available until, let's see, till next week, Friday, so November 1st. The cost of this kit is $24 plus $6 for shipping. If you would like to RSVP for November's right away, you can do that and get both of them shipped to you right away and save a little bit on shipping. And like I said, I will be here for the Halloween scrapbook thing on Sunday. We're doing 6 alternative pages and cards with the kit. And Monday I'll be back for Morning Create. As always, guys, you can find me on Facebook. Please follow me over there. That is where I keep everything updated. You can go to Glitter and Ink with Gina. It's my Facebook page. And as always, if you guys ever have any questions, you can email me at ginalbulo@gmail.com. And to place any orders, this is my current host code, PCTKQRXU. And don't forget to take advantage of the sign-up bonus, $155 for $99. It's a great, great deal. Let's see, there was a question here. Rosa wanted to know, what are your thoughts once SU brings in two-tone paper? Will they slowly eliminate the existing paper? You know, I don't think they will, because they're two very different papers. One paper is, you know, our original cardstock is, it's much thicker and a heavier weight. And I think with most of the business being card making, I really think that they will keep their cardstock because it is thicker and heavier and sturdier. So I really don't think that they will get rid of their core cardstock. I could be wrong on that. That's just my opinion. Just because they are totally different. And the two-tone paper is more lightweight. It's more like DSP as far as thickness. It might be a little bit thicker than regular DSP, but I do feel that it's definitely thinner than our cardstock. So, and there's different things you can do with it being a white core where our cardstock is dyed all the way through. So I don't know, and I think a lot of it too is just going to depend on how sales go with the product. Sales always affect how things come and go, and you know what sells and what doesn't sell. So you know, if the two-tone doesn't sell well, then possibly they may look at discontinuing that, you know. But I think there's a lot of excitement with the two-tone, and it just brings a different element. So I'm excited to see what they do, and very excited to see what they will bring as we get closer to that annual catalog. Well, it will be all released in the annual catalog and not be a separate kind of entity, you know, having its own scrapbook brochure. So it'll be interesting to see what they all do and how they continue with this. I'm very excited to see it grow. So that's kind of my thoughts on that. So like I said, you guys have till next Friday if you're interested in RSVPing for this class. This class will be available till then, and then I'll cut kits and get them shipped out. Any more questions out there before I say goodbye? I don't think there are. So I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I look forward to stamping with you on Sunday. So in the meantime, have a great week, everyone. Thank you.